What is money? For centuries, it was coins, paper, something you could hold. But in the digital age, the very definition of money is being rewritten. This is the story of how a revolutionary idea, born from the fringes of the internet, is challenging the global financial system as we know it. This is the history of cryptocurrency. To understand the crypto revolution, we have to go back to a time before Bitcoin, before the internet was even a household name. The year is 1983. A brilliant cryptographer named David Chaum publishes a paper titled Blind Signatures for Untraceable Payments. He introduces a concept he calls eCash. His vision was a form of electronic money that was not only secure but also completely anonymous, just like physical cash. Chaum's idea was groundbreaking. It was the first serious attempt to solve the double spending problem without a central authority, a puzzle that had stumped computer scientists for years. He even founded a company called DigiCash in 1989 to bring his vision to life, Squile. While DigiCash ultimately failed to gain widespread adoption and filed for bankruptcy in the late 90s, the seeds of a digital decentralized currency had been planted. The dream of peer-to-peer electronic cash didn't die. It just went dormant, waiting for the right moment and the right person to reawaken it. That moment arrived in 2008. The world was in chaos. The global financial crisis had shattered public trust in traditional banking institutions. Giants like Lehman Brothers were collapsing, and governments were scrambling to bail out a system that seemed fundamentally broken. It was against this backdrop of financial turmoil that a mysterious figure, or perhaps a group of figures, appeared on a cryptography mailing list. They called themselves Satoshi Nakamoto. On October 31, 2008, Satoshi published a 9-page white paper titled Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. The paper was elegant, revolutionary, and offered a radical solution. It proposed a decentralized digital currency, free from the control of any government or bank. Transactions would be verified by a network of users and recorded on a public ledger called the blockchain. This wasn't just an update to Chaumi's eCash, it was a complete reimagining. Satoshi had solved the double spending problem in a truly trustless way, using a clever mix of cryptography and a system of incentives, now famously known as mining. In January 2009, Satoshi mined the very first block of the Bitcoin blockchain, the Genesis block, embedding within it a headline from the Times newspaper: Chancellor on brink of second bailout for banks. It was a clear, pointed message. Bitcoin wasn't just a technological experiment, it was a political statement. A new financial system was born. For a while, Bitcoin was a niche interest, a playground for a small community of cryptographers, coders, and cypherpunks. Its value was practically zero. It was more of an idea than an asset. But that all changed on May 22, 2010. A programmer in Florida named Laszlo Honyecz had an idea. He wanted to see if he could use his Bitcoin to buy something in the real world. He went on a forum called Bitcoin Tech and made an offer. I'll pay 10,000 Bitcoins for a couple of pizzas, maybe 2 large ones, so I have some left over for the next day. At the time, 10,000 Bitcoins were worth around $41. A teenager in Britain named Jeremy Sturdivant saw the post, accepted the challenge, ordered 2 pizzas from Papa John's to be delivered to Laszlo's house, and collected the 10,000 BTC. This seemingly mundane event was anything but It was the very first documented real-world transaction using Bitcoin. It proved that this new digital money could actually be used to buy tangible goods. That day is now celebrated every year by the crypto community as Bitcoin Pizza Day. And those 2 pizzas, they have become the most expensive pizzas in history. A Bitcoin's peak price, those 10,000 coins would have been worth over $600 million. It's a fun, slightly painful reminder of just how far Bitcoin has come from its humble beginnings. Bitcoin had proven the concept of a decentralized digital currency, but it was just the beginning. Its success opened the floodgates for a wave of innovation. People started to wonder, what else could we do with this blockchain technology? The first wave of alternatives, known as altcoins, began to appear. In 2011, a former Google engineer named Charlie Lee created Litecoin, described it as the silver to Bitcoin's gold. Litecoin aimed to be a lighter, faster version of Bitcoin, with quicker transaction times and a different mining algorithm, designed to be more accessible to everyday users. But the most significant evolution was yet to come. In 2013, a young programmer named Vitalik Buterin, then only 19 years old, published a white paper that would once again change everything. He argued that blockchain could be more than just a ledger for money. He envisioned a global, decentralized computer that could run any application you could imagine. He called this vision Ethereum. Launched in 2015, Ethereum introduced a revolutionary concept: smart contracts. These are self-executing contracts, with the terms of the agreement written directly into code. Suddenly, the possibilities exploded. You could build decentralized versions of social media, financial services, voting systems, and more, all on the Ethereum blockchain. This wasn't just a new coin, it was a whole new internet, a world computer. The crypto universe had just expanded exponentially. The years following Ethereum's launch saw steady growth, but nothing could prepare the world for what happened in 2017. It was a year of pure, unadulterated mania. The great crypto boom. Word of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies had finally broken out of niche tech circles and into the mainstream. News channels were buzzing, headlines screamed of overnight millionaires, and your cousin was suddenly an expert on blockchain. The price of Bitcoin, which started the year at under $1,000, skyrocketed to nearly $20,000. By December, it was a classic speculative bubble, fueled by hype, media frenzy, and a massive fear of missing out. People were taking out mortgages to buy crypto. Companies were adding blockchain to their names to see their stock prices soar. It was the Wild West. Fortunes were made and lost in a matter of hours. The boom brought an unprecedented amount of attention, money, and new users into the space. But it also highlighted the extreme volatility and risks involved. As quickly as it rose, the market came crashing down in 2018, entering a prolonged crypto winter. The parties seemed to be over. But for the true believers and builders, the work was just getting started. The boom, for all its chaos, had put cryptocurrency on the global map for good. In the years since the 2017 boom and bust, the cryptocurrency landscape has matured in ways few could have predicted. The crypto winter that followed was a crucial period of cleansing. The hype faded, the get-rich-quick schemes died down, and the serious builders got to work, laying the foundation for the next phase of innovation. This led to the emergence of decentralized finance, or DeFi, which aims to rebuild the entire financial system: lending, borrowing, trading on the blockchain without the need for banks. Then, in 2021, the world went crazy for a new three-letter acronym, NFT, or non-fungible token. Suddenly, digital art, collectibles, and even tweets were being sold for millions of dollars, all verified on the blockchain. Beats created a new economy for digital creators and completely changed our understanding of ownership in the digital realm, but this growth has not gone unnoticed. Governments and regulators around the world are now grappling with how to handle this new asset class. The debate rages on. Is it a currency, a commodity, a security? The answers will shape the future of finance. We're living through a period of immense change, full of both incredible opportunity and significant challenges. The story of cryptocurrency is far from over. In fact, it feels like we're still in the very first chapter of a much larger story about the future of money, the internet, and society itself. From David Schoem's early dream of anonymous eCash to Satoshi's world-changing white paper. From the first pizza purchase to the global phenomenon of NFTs. The history of cryptocurrency is a story of rebellion, innovation, and the relentless pursuit of a decentralized future. What started as a fringe idea has blossomed into a multi-trillion-dollar industry that is forcing us all to ask fundamental questions about money, trust, and power. The journey has been a roller coaster of dizzying highs and crushing lows. But one thing is clear: this technology is here to stay. What will the next chapter hold? No one knows for sure, but it's guaranteed to be a wild ride. Thanks for watching. If you found this history as fascinating as we do, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive.